Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. That was my phone alerting me that it's stream start time. And hello Snarknest. I see you're enjoying the bunny emotes. Let's just mute my phone there. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Today we are playing Potion Permit. It's been a while, and it's been nearly 2 weeks since I last streamed, I guess. Yeah. It feels like it's been a while. I know I said I was taking last week off to job hunt, but I ended up procrastinating the entire time and just read books. So I haven't been productive. Hopefully, Potion Permit will change that a bit. I've been okay. How about you? How are you doing? Yeah, I haven't been doing too much exciting stuff off stream. Well, aside from enjoying myself, just relaxing, and reading. I'm just gonna start up the game here. Let's see, Potion Permit. Apparently it had an update queued, which I managed to deal with, hopefully, before it starts up. Okay, it's starting up properly. There we go. I think I was using a controller to play last time, so we should be fine. But other than that, I remember nothing. I think we were trying to romance one person. I genuinely don't remember. You say taking downtime is important, but it's been nearly 2 months of downtime. I've been putting it off a lot. Luckily I had some savings so that I can actually afford my rent to do so, but procrastination definitely hurts. Alright. Yeah, I plan to work on that. It's why I've cut down from 3 streams to 2 again. Yeah, I left my job, I think, the second week of October. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. I do remember you, yes. It's been 2 weeks or so, but still. I don't remember what I was doing here. What am I doing? What are all these? Okay, so I guess I just need to make one of each of these. 2 months. Wow, it's been a while. Yeah, I've it's been about 2 months since I left my job, actually. And thanks for the resubscription, Carrie, eh? Hopefully you're enjoying those bunny emotes and the logo emotes as well. Alright, let's see. I think I have to make these. I genuinely don't remember. Let's just toss stuff in, I guess. I plan to get a new job. I've been making no progress on that front because I have been doing 0 job hunting. I'm hoping to fix that. I took last week off to do that, and then did not at all. Which, you know, luckily I had some money saved up so I could do that, but, you know, it's something I have to actually start working on. Don't know why I'm making these, but I'm making them. Oh, that's a lot. Stick that there. Yeah, hopefully I do, but it also requires searching for one, which would be a good start on my front. Oh, really? Hopefully. Have you started searching yet, or just kind of feeling the pressure to do so now? Really? I can't use that? Okay, fine. We'll stick this here, I guess. And then... I have my licensure exams, so I'm waiting on the results. How do I pass? Yeah, I was wondering about that, because you were saying you were going to exams last time, as I recall. I take it from the fact that you're going to be searching soon, you're expecting positive results? because I know you were spending a lot of time studying with that. Is it the only long one I have? It really is. I don't know what this tongue is, but I'll take it, I guess. Do I have anything to fit in that last slot? So I say for now, because licensure exam lasts a month. Right now, kind of going through a bit, just going through personal changes and job stress. Jobs don't seem to be pleasant. There must be something to fix that. Like, I guess the system is rigged against the employed, but you think there'd be some measures in place to... I think we're just born too early for that revolution. Second really big one is the 2 weeks. I'm nervous for it. I have no idea what I do. I don't want to visit the doc's office for 4 hours for... Yeah, sitting in a doc's office for 4 hours does not sound pleasant. At least it seems like you're handling it well. That's good. Hopefully that continues to be true. I'll hit my ingredient limit here. That's a lot. I'll be fine piece of calm soon. Job is okay. I wish I was company right now because the housing market is broke. Yeah, housing prices here skyrocketed during the early stages of the pandemic, and they're starting to come back down, as I'm aware. But it's been slow, I guess. The prices are still far higher than I will ever be able to afford. Let's see, what can we fit here? Do I have anything? I don't think I do. Really, I don't have anything to fit here. Okay, sure. I could have sworn I had at least something I could have... Well, whatever. Stick this here, then. Then... Nope, still... too short. I have to stick in here. I can only place down 2 ingredients, and I don't have the room for it. Whoa, hands glitching out. I am so lost on what I'm going to place here. I think I'm just missing stuff that I have to use. I'm really just puzzling this out too hard. Dude, I really don't have anything I can fit there, do I? Yeah, because I still need 2 more. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have anything tall. It kind of is like Tetris with extra steps. You have like Tetris-style pieces that you fit into the puzzle here. You see those green dots along the side of the cauldron? Those are my limit for how many items I can put in. So I'm trying to fit in, within the limits, the amount of pieces I have here. Which is surprisingly restrictive right now. Because this is not working. So I could do something like this, but the problem is I'm also limited on what shapes I have to use. So I'm guessing I'm missing some ingredient that would fit this better. Or I have to increase the actual size of the thing. I don't know what I made this energizer for, though. Gold nuggets, tiny crystal, 3 orchid seeds. Talk to Osman. Craft liquid fertilizer. Okay, I can't do the liquid fertilizer. Don't have any patience. My stream schedule has changed a bit. Because Because I changed jobs and that I have left my old job, I am no longer staying awake through the night in my time. So this is actually like, I woke up, had breakfast, and then started streaming, basically. So it's later than my old times. It's still relatively within the time frame, and it's still early enough where I don't feel dead starting off. Because previously it was definitely very much... it would be at the end of my days, which I know that is the case for a lot of my viewers, because I know quite a few of them are like in the Philippines or like Europe or whatever. So it's a weird time of day in general. Yeah, it's actually 9 a.m. my time. Because of daylight savings, I've got the same time as in the Philippines. I don't recall if it's the same as Japan as well. I know it's around that time frame, except 12-hour difference. Yeah, it's hopefully this is a good time. It's a good time for me, at least. I'm waking up, I'm having breakfast, and then starting streaming awake. Because, as you may know from my previous streams, usually by the end of them, I'm just dead tired. Yeah. I put my stream times on Twitter and EST, because almost no one uses Atlantic Standard Time. Yeah, so I put it in a more recognized time, and then the Twitch schedule at the bottom, I don't know if anyone checks that. It should, if you're logged in, adjust your time zone, I believe. So it'll show it, even though I put it in my time, it'll show it what time it is your time for when my stream schedule is. Assuming I'm remembering it correctly. So I need to talk to Osmond, I guess. I don't know what else I need to do. It's a good time for because your voice is soothing. Hopefully you're enjoying it then. It sounds like you can finally relax now that you're actually done with the exams and just have to wait for the results. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing right now. Talk to Osmond. Where is he? He's not in the police station, apparently. I didn't realize you were here. I thought it was a voice in my head. Good talk. I do check the stream schedule if I'm not sure, but I can't always tell what streamers actually set up or not. So sometimes just assume it's all generator, not always accurate. If you update it regularly, though. Yeah, when I was adjusting my stream schedules quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, I was adjusting it on here, and I was also posting it in Eastern Standard Time on Twitter, just to make it so that you wouldn't have to do the math in your head, because I know time zones suck. They're not convenient for anyone. Well, they're convenient until you have to do any calculations revolving around them. Like, I'm kind of more used to it than some people, because I'm in a little weird time zone for even my own area. I had to adjust, like, TV schedule times in my head when trying to watch things as a kid. So I'm kind of used to it to an extent, but it's still a bit wonky. Yeah, we'll see how long Twitter lasts, though. It seems in the 2 weeks or so I was off, things kind of went downhill real fast. Thanks, Elon Musk. Surprised no one makes any jokes. Like, I haven't seen any jokes about his last name being Musk. Like, musky smells. I haven't seen anything regarding that, and I'm a little surprised. I'm just running around. I have no clue what I'm doing in game right now. I'm literally just wandering around. Ah, so they're putting in the plants I'm recovering here. Okay. And the moonstone, which is just a moon-shaped rock. Which is apparently magical or something. genuinely don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking to people. Oh, that's apparently maxed, I guess. And there's Osmond for a quest. Apparently... Okay, I don't have any gifts. What does Osmond want? Packs into Glaze Iceberg. How do you know about that? You, of all people. Of course I know about it. Of course it's me, of all people. What accident? Now tell me, who told you about the accident? Some notes I found in the wood? In the woods? In the Snowy Mountain area? Your little friends in the capital? They should learn not to meddle in other people's business. I've literally been finding journal pages in the woods, like... The ranger? She should know not to discuss private matters with outsiders. No, I've literally been finding it in the woods. Finding a clue so you can fix the mess? Yeah, chaos ensued. Big time. I'm not worried about it going down, to be honest. As all the former employees have stated, Twitter is a psych. Most of them itself just fine. Lack of staff simply means more bugs and outages will occur. I've heard issues to keep things running smoothly. In other words, quality space is a little fine, but it will mostly be fine otherwise. I've heard news to the contrary, actually. I mean, you would assume the site would run itself properly, but I've heard it's been down in a lot of different countries already, and I've heard that they're having conflicts, like legal conflicts regarding it, because they were under certain requirements, and Musk decided to give those requirements the finger, and now may be facing a lot in fines, and may potentially be declaring bankruptcy. I don't know how much of this is true and how much is not. I've just been hearing a lot of different sources about it. It sounds like a mess. I'm hoping it stays stable. I don't have any expectations, but I only really use it for streaming, so I don't have to care too much, I guess. I'll have to find some alternative, perhaps, if it goes down, but currently I've been putting off thinking about it, like many issues in my life. Yeah, the first few days were just like, oh, everything's kind of going wonky, but it'll be fine, it'll fix itself. And then the later few days where everyone stopped paying attention is when it's like, yeah, there's actually going to be some, like, possibly serious ramifications for this. They just haven't hit home yet. But I think a lot of people probably missed out on that. Oh, I know you pulled it off once, but that doesn't mean you can fix everything. Haven't I done it twice now? Although I can see you have a sense of responsibility. My father once told me that chemists are like fruits. There are good ones and bad ones. You can tell by the bruises. And the rot. Everything you need is in this cabinet. It's not here. I don't have the key. It's an old cabinet. It used to be my father's. He told me to keep it shut until someone appeared who truly wanted to learn about the accident. Don't you have the key? I'll give you permission to open this cabinet, but I can't offer you any help. Honestly, I'd rather keep it shut. It reminds me of my father. Do you hate your father that much? I have to honor my father's last wish. Let's hope I didn't get make the wrong decision today. Yeah, I've only been using it to follow artists and streamers I want to keep up to date with. Most of them have jumped site to Tumblr, Hive, Mastodon, etc. So at least jump back over Tumblr as backup. Tumblr seems like it's going to be the most likely backup. Their weird porn policy is probably going to cause some issues on that front. That's how I'm seeing it, at least, because a lot of people use Twitter for art, and a lot of that art is for more mature audiences. Hive, I haven't heard of. I'm not familiar with it. Mastodon, however, I have heard of. I haven't heard anything positive about it. I've heard it's very right-wing heavy. I haven't checked, though, so I don't know that for certain. But my own issue with it is the name. I don't think it's going to have much staying power simply based off of the name. It sounds really petty, but it's just... If you look at all like the major names on the internet, or things that come up a lot, like Twitter, Google, Facebook, they're all very short, to the point, easy words. Mastodon is longer. It feels a bit clunky. I don't think it has staying power as a brand. But that's with me with no business experience and just saying it off the top of my head. That's what my thoughts are, though. Just based off of the name, I don't think it'll stick. Because it definitely doesn't seem... brand name-wise, I don't think it will. If they change the name, it maybe? But I haven't checked the site, so I don't know how that is either. They'll actually make some adjustments to their now safe work policy, so I don't know how that's going to go. I have heard that they've adjusted it a bit so that there's certain limits. Like, you can post some not safe for work art, but it has to be within certain standards. I guess it's like artistic nudity or something, but what counts as that, I guess? Policies, I don't know what people are making the route anyway. For now, I guess we'll see what happens. For the layout of Tumblr, personally. Now, my roommate said he prefers the layout of Tumblr as well. He's... I don't know if I've mentioned this before. He's actually a furry artist. So he does commission work and stuff sometimes. And he said he preferred the layout of Tumblr because he could adjust how things were shown. But obviously, due to the previous Tumblr fiasco, that ended up posing a bit of a challenge on that front. So he hasn't used it recently, I think, but he might be going back over to it. I'm not sure. I do hope they'll make some positive changes. Yeah, I think there was a very obvious negative change, and hopefully that's changing positively now. I know there's that whole that mafia movie thing that Tumblr's coming up with recently. I can't remember the name of it, but like it was funny hearing all of that. It's like, yeah, we made up this fake movie and everyone's reporting it as if it's real. There's different pages here. Mastodon has definitely been a big source of controversy for sure. I've heard a lot of people not great stuff. I'm not likely to throw and avoid it. I just know what I've seen to grab a lot of things. Yeah, I've heard a lot of it is an alternative as well. For Mastodon, Goncharov, yes. It's sort of the single funniest thing. It is very funny. It's also very classic Tumblr too. From the stories I've heard of Tumblr, it's very much in line with the old Tumblr culture. So it definitely feels like Tumblr's coming back with just that alone. Now let's see what Cassandra's status here is, because this is new. Due to her husband's demanding work, Cassandra spends more time at home alone and it makes her uneasy. She doesn't want to let Osmond know, just in case it distracts him from his duties. Dean managed to muster all his courage and confessed to Railen TV. What? About his binge eating condition. Fair. After the chemist helped him out with a concoction, Dean promised himself that he'd change for the better, starting with eating healthy and exercising. But it'll definitely take him a while. It'll be interesting if the end result of Dean is that he ends up losing weight. Like his actual sprite changes. But I don't know if that'll actually happen. Okay, Martha's the last one. Martha hears a rumor that Railen TV is going to leave soon, which really upsets her. She starts keeping her distance from Railen TV, who gets worried and tries to track her down and talk to her. Once Martha knows that Railen TV... I forgot that I named myself Railen TV, like with the TV part there. And I also named the dog TV. Knows that Railen TV won't be leaving anytime soon. She agrees that they can carry on spending time together. Alright. Olive is the type of person who adores life outside Moonbury, especially in the capital. Now, if there's anything she could do to get under this tiny shell, she'll be the first in line. Well, I don't know much about it, but I guess it's kind of MySpace-esque. Oh, going back to the early 2000s, okay. I think people have been looking at it as an alternative to Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, Facebook is crashing real hard. It also have some Instagram similarities too. I haven't looked at them too much, but I have a lot of my Twitter timeline has been pretty chatty about it. People seem to be liking it, I guess. Okay. I'll have to check it out later, I guess, perhaps. See what I can find about it, news-wise. I'm just thinking... MySpace, I only got to use very, very briefly, because I didn't have a computer at the time. But... I recall it seemed to be a lot of, like, profile customization stuff. I don't know why, I just flashed back to Gaia Online. Shows what I was doing while I was growing up. But I'm just thinking, with that heavy level of profile customization, how will that work in the modern setting? Because I know, like, GeoCity sites and MySpace and whatnot are often joked about in regards to, like, oh, here's embedded music that you can't do anything about, or here's a series of images that are making your computer run slow and are all glittery and outdated. Just different things like that. It'll be interesting to see if that's what we're going back to. Fuck. Okay, tiny increase. I don't know why her eyes are crooked. They really should adjust that. Either one of them is too low or one of them is too high. Okay. I'm just looking at my arm here. This one down here. And it kind of looks like I'm doing something underneath the edge of the screen that I shouldn't be doing. I don't know why that arm glitches out. I think it's like just off the edge of the camera, but it shouldn't be. Oh yeah, the cat's a character. I was very much MySpace kid back in the day, so I'm not mad about something popping up that's similar. Mentioning a profile customization probably isn't near what MySpace was like. I think they're more referring to other aspects of MySpace, though. Okay. Yeah, my hand tracking gets really wonky. I mean, that's what I get for paying, like, $3 a month for it. But at the same time, it's pretty funny. It does its job fairly well. What are you implying down their hand? I'm going to keep my hand above here so it doesn't... So it doesn't look like I'm doing certain things. Oh, this also means I'm now playing one-handed, so I kind of have to fix that. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing in the game right now. I have to go to bulk and build. Wow, I'm not even at noon in the game yet. I thought it was way later in the day, because I've just been wasting time the entire time. I guess this is bulk and build here. Alright, I need to upgrade my tools as well, don't I? What am I doing here? Like, really, what am I doing here? Hey, what are you looking for? I genuinely don't know. Are you trying to open that old police... Oh, okay, this is the sequel to the police cabinet thing, okay. I'm pretty sure that's not your property. Haha, don't worry. Actually, I was expecting you. Osmond let me know you'd be here. Your personal assumption if your arm's doing outside of the camera is that you're just hitting the keyboard keys. I know it doesn't show, but I'm actually using a controller. So, yeah. Also, my keyboard is on my lap, so it's in the appropriate position, but, you know, there's definitely an implication of just... The funny thing is, if I try to move my arm to, like, do that motion, it doesn't show up properly. Is she just pacing back and forth the entire time? Like, what's she doing here? Here's the list of materials I need. Why does he need gold to make a key? As I recall, gold is a soft metal, so I don't think it would make a very good key. Also, timber fruit? Oh, right, we have to pet the dog, don't we? I'm surprised I remembered the controls for that. Also the backflip away. We will feed the dog apple juice, I guess. Why did that crunch? Why did the apple juice make a crunch? Oh, there's a fast travel system. I forgot this was a thing. We'll go here, I guess. Advanced fishing rod? I need to check. What is this? Rigid pelts. Okay. What drops the rigid pelts? It's not those. I'm surprised none of these have been aggressive so far. It's definitely this. Nope, that's Savage Mane. This actually looks really cute. I've heard potion permit a fair bit. I've never taken the time to actually check it out. That's my first look at it. I wasn't really sure how I felt about the Tetris puzzle, but the rest of the game looks super cool. You see, the Tetris puzzle is actually what kind of sold it for me. Because my impression of potion permit, just based off of the name and these kinds of crafting style games, I was very concerned it was going to be a lot of find specific X obscure ingredient off in the woods somewhere, otherwise you can't continue the story. Because a hell of a lot of them do that. And I hate that system so much. But this one, because of the puzzle, can pretty much use whatever you find. Sometimes there's restrictions on like certain elements the ingredients have. And as you saw at the beginning of the stream, there's that one potion that's probably going to require a specific thing to fit in a slot to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, like I mean, I could also upgrade the cauldron, but that's later. But it's got a very nice crafting system, a very forgiving one, which is what sold it for me. Because you can use pretty much anything, and you can collect a lot of stuff really easily. It's easier to do. I want to say it's more gentle in that regard, but enemy difficulty is a bit wonky sometimes. I'm kind of in a mid-area here, so it's relatively easy right now. What was it? Check on the map here. What's with that range? What actually drops the rigid pelts? Oh, whatever. I'll show it up here, because this is the newer area for me right now. I'm not doing, like, I've got different tools in the top left-hand corner, you can see. And certain enemies have different weaknesses. But it's, I think that was like a previous tier enemy. Let's see, up here. Oh, previous tier. This is something new here. It's a little slow to actually fight these new ones because they don't have upgraded tools. The defense is high. So it definitely very much is like grind to upgrade your tools and then actually explore the area. I can 10,000% agree with that though. That was what turned me off of the witch in the woods. It seemed fun and cute, but I unlocked potion making and I turned. There's so many crafting systems like that in games that are just really tedious. It puts me off so quickly from those systems. I was running around, having got their large figure out what ingredients to go and what, etc., etc. The Tetris mechanic does seem preferable though. I probably would prefer it honestly. It seemed bizarre at first, but I experienced the game otherwise. Yeah, I saw my roommate playing the demo, because there's actually a free demo for this that you can try out. I think it's still up. I don't know why it wouldn't be. So you can test out a bit of the early gameplay yourself and find out if it's for you. And my roommate was testing it because it came out before the game did. And I saw him playing the Tetris minigame, and I was like, oh, that actually seems decent. Like, a lot better than I thought it was. A potato? And what's this rock? I don't remember any of the ingredients these things give me. So I'm just kind of blindly walking around right now. Oh, wolf. Okay. Yeah, you need different tools to do different things. Premium pelt. So, like, axes would be for the trees. The sickle is for, like, these plants here. And the hammer is for the big rocks, basically. And up in the top left, I've got... Oh, there's the gold nugget aid. I've got my health and stamina. Easily shown off there. Ooh, a fishing spot. I'm not going to fish right now, especially since I don't have the advanced fishing rod. But, yeah. That's something I can do. Need to find more gold nuggets. Oh, this will be one. So glad games are starting. Oh. What am I going to do without that shield? That's an axe thing, isn't it? I think it is the axe, yeah. What a drop. Dark shards. I'm so glad games have started covering back demos again. Not many yet, but I have started seeing them more frequently. It's annoying spending money on a game, not knowing where to like it, and then just feel like a waste of money. Especially with the quality of a lot of games lately as well. It's just painful. Like, a lot of games just put me off playing them entirely. There's a few decent ones that come out, and it's like, oh, I really want that. But I've lost a lot of my enthusiasm for newer games. It's probably also because I have a heavy preference for RPGs, which are not a very common genre anymore for AAA games. And the AAA games that do come out don't seem to really appeal to me right now. But a lot of indie games are following that up. And a lot of indie games also have the demos that showcase the gameplay. Might be I'm just thinking, if I were to take a guess at why, I think it's indie games are probably more in touch with the audience, whereas AAA are more in touch with their money-making side. So they go very heavy on, like, production value and try to get money in that way. Because, ooh, looks pretty, give money, buy. Versus indie games, which are, like, trying to make something they would enjoy. But that's just me being a bitter person, I guess. But yeah, there's a 2-hour refund thing on Steam, I think. Which can be good, but also, I recall, requires, like, writing up an excuse and stuff, and it was just kind of a hassle. Because when Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood came out, I tried buying it on Steam so I could activate it on my PC version, because I just had the normal PC version instead of Steam. And it didn't work, obviously. So I had to return it with that, and I had to write up a whole excuse about it, which I found was a bit of a hassle at the time. But yeah, it's definitely not an ideal way to deal with the whole demo thing. Having an actual demo would be nice. Having actual demos just is nice. That's all I have to say. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that exploded. Okay. I didn't expect that. Let's kill this mole thing. You're not gonna... There we go. I am about to die. Quality nut. I'll give you some quality nut. Wink. Sorry, that was just too easy. Okay, so I need to find that rigid pelt, which I'm assuming is back here somewhere. I don't know what actually drops it, though, is the issue. Why is it still making the snow noise? Well, whatever. I'll hit this slime a few times. That didn't drop anything. That drops spores. Okay, I think it's actually a bear-type enemy that drops it. Probably. Which would be down here. Yeah, just haven't been a type of very big AAA games they used to be, but I find tend to be more fun with indie games myself nowadays as well. Dev teams for indie games tend to be more attentive to the player base too. I know similar games I see open up Discord servers for the entire purpose of hearing what other player base has to say, and the effort to grow the game is so refreshing. It really is. It's a nice change that the indie developers are kind of going back to what made games good. Because the actual AAA developers are just absolutely out of touch. To like an absurd extent. Oh, that almost killed me. Oh, it's not even the right pelts. Come on, is it going to be this much of a hassle? What actually gives me the rigid fur? I genuinely don't remember. Let's check. Rigid pelts. Rigid pelts. Because there's the easy thing. Really, it's the shell? It's not a pelt? Okay, well, it's these things, right? Well, actually, it's not these, but... Oh, I'm nearly dead. But I do know it actually drops it. I'm not going to risk it anymore, because I'm about to die. But... I kind of get it. Let's go back into town. Is there anything I can do right now? The answer is no. Apparently not. So we'll just go to sleep and continue into the next day, I guess. Luckily, I don't seem to have any time restrictions right now. But they are so bad. Since you're wanting to know more about the game, that alert you just heard there, that's a patient in our clinic. So I'll show you that mechanic real quick. I'll do that before reading your message there, just to show you what it is, and before I forget. So we've got a random citizen that appears in the clinic here. And they'll have a random symptom, maybe a couple symptoms, like this one has. Yep, we take care of people. So we investigate what the symptoms are. Left thigh. So there's one. And it'll give us a random mini-game. Which we have to do to get past that yellow bar to solve it. They're pretty simple. They're not, like, really complex mini-games, which is really nice. I don't know if that's something that becomes more complicated later, or if it's just consistently like this. Just like the crafting system is pretty merciful as well. And it'll tell you, like, oh, you need such and such thing to actually cure it. Yeah, so it's like, oh, make a violet mist potion, and that'll solve this symptom. And left foot. Just down here. I think basic serum is just like instant cure-all, but I'm not actually sure. I'm going to read the message now. There, so it's bad. They make more money, or they care more about making money than actually developing a fun game that people want. I have favorite big title games I don't play anymore for that reason, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the last I played. I think Assassin's Creed 2 was probably the last I played. I was playing because it was the last game I felt the devs actually put some effort into making. I used to be a die-hard AC fan, but now I'm just excited for the franchise that's come. Let's go on, let's have some mechanics, but it still requires... Yep. It still requires, like, some actual, like... Gameplay-wise, it makes sense, like, you're trying to figure out what it is. And it also kind of, like, actually involves you in it, which is nice. Sometimes it just automatically does it. Okay, down, left, down. Down, up, up. This one I also haven't seen anything more than 3. So it's pretty simple. There's a couple different mini games, like maybe 4 or 5 of them, I think. Pepper's Ointment. And conveniently, we don't have to remember those either. Because if we go over to our cauldron, it marks which ones we need. It's got the little marker next to it and how many we need as well. So we need one of these. And as you can see on the bottom there, it shows the elemental restrictions right there. We can use any ingredient we want on this. So we can just stick anything we want in there. Like, I can just do that. This one's a pretty simple one. What do I have a ton of? Yeah, I can just literally stick these in here. Done. I see 2 was 100% pink in the franchise for sure, though. I managed to pull up the Black Flag. I heard Black Flag was good, but I haven't played it. I'm joking, I have again for a while with Origins. I don't know if I was thinking of a game other than franchise 2. Yeah, I probably was better off stopping at 2. It felt after that after 2, it felt like they were starting to get repetitive in general, and we're trying to just change the setting to compensate for, to compensate for keeping everything else the same, and that kind of put me off. Yeah, there's different elements, which is why I'm shuffling through them like this. They're all kind of arbitrarily labeled, but it gives you restrictions on what ingredients you can use, just to give a little bit of extra difficulty, but nothing like game-breakingly so. Like, this is another one that's really easy. It has a complicated shape, but I can use literally anything here. So I can just stick whatever I want. Some of these ingredients are super common, so I can just toss in whatever. Let's see. What rock can I toss? Or I'll toss this in here. And then, since I have a bunch of these sap, there we go. Potion done. In fact, I'll show you here. This liquid fertilizer I was struggling with here, this is the only one I've had any challenge with so far. Literally the only one I've had any roadblocks with. Let me just go back into the clinic here. And they've got a little marker over their head about how many days you have to actually deal with the symptoms. So it gives you like 4 days per person, which is also pretty easy. Like, if you're having a difficult time finding a certain ingredient, you've got plenty of time to do it. They don't die if you fail either. I think they get the other person in town to deal with it. I forget what their job title is, but they're kind of your rival. Also with the story, and just couldn't get it back, so everything after 2 just felt very jumpy and confusing, like they were trying to rush to pop out games quickly for a cash grab. But then they learned the lessons, slow down, create origins, change the entire structure of games. Then to repetitive again, and now we're gosh boring. It's a fan of where they're going to compete. What even be touched when Martin comes out? Yeah, I feel like that's kind of where Assassin's Creed has ended up. Just, they have no idea where they're going with it, and they're just trying to come up with the new ideas, and they're not sticking to all with the audience, I don't think. So if you saw the rewards there, I got moon cloves. I'll show you when I'm talking to someone outside here, just to show how those work. You get moon cloves for completing a lot of different tasks around town. There's probably someone in the police station I can talk to. No, it's clocked. Over here then. In here? Okay. So this is the talk system here. You can just talk. Moon cloves are the universal gift to increase friendship more. And then there's just leaving the conversation. Moon cloves When I first saw this, I was concerned it was going to be like one of those things that are kind of a pain to collect, but you get them pretty easily. Like, for curing patients, you'll get them. Sometimes you'll get multiple of them. Different side quests will give you them as well, so it's really easy to gather them up and drive up friendships real fast. But because of the size of the thing, and because it locks you up at the top tier until you do the quest for them, I'm a little hesitant to give them out too easily. Yeah, like, see, she's locked up, for example. Here's the mayor's wife. Oh, locked her up there. Yeah, you don't have to figure it out like Stardew. I think this is like a very, very merciful Stardew. Oh, that was me. But yeah, you don't farm like in Stardew, but it has like a combat system that's easier than Stardew. It has... Let's just... It is like a gentler Stardew, I guess. Is kind of an easy way to describe it. Okay, quest. Oh, I've got those. Okay. You have all the materials we need? Great! Let's start fixing things up right away. I don't know what we're fixing. So, are you ready? Runeheart should be sick right now. She was the patient I just treated, but, oh well. Good job, Runeheart. With this, we'll be able to create better stuff, just like I promised. Come and see me anytime you need an upgrade. Okay, so that increased the tier of stuff I can make. Alright. Also, you can use the shops if people aren't around. It's Friday, so the shop is closed and I shouldn't even be in here. But you just need to interact with the till. They don't need to actually be at the counter, which is really nice. Because that's something Stardew does as well, where it's like, oh, the clinic is open between like 9 and 3. And then Harvey walks out at like 10, and you can't do anything in the shop because he's just not in there because he didn't want to stick around. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Stardew, but it doesn't feel right to compare it to Stardew because of those differences, I guess. I'm just gonna have a sip of water here. So I'm gonna get those rigid pelts. Nope. What's going on here? Oh, it's because I bonked the mouse, isn't it? Okay. Let's go down here. There we go, back to the controller settings. That might be the one issue I have. Like, it's a lot easier with the controller. And thanks to the resubscription, Luciana. This is the enemy I need to fight here. Well, that went pretty smoothly, actually. And there's that rigid pelt I needed. Also, how are you doing? It's been a while. And where's the next enemy at? That's a slime. Is there really only the one? I don't think either of us have been playing Final Fantasy XIV much lately, so that's probably part of it. Balls deep in a different game, eh? I feel like there's an obvious follow-up joke. I'm just not going to say it. Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying that game. I'm doing pretty well. I've also not been playing Final Fantasy XIV much, so I can't really say too much on that front. Although instead of playing another game, I've mostly just been reading novels and stuff. Oh, there's the last one. Okay. Smash. And then we'll feed the dog. After giving it pets. It's going to eat some apple juice. I don't know why it crunches, but... yeah, I'm doing pretty well, I guess. Okay, where do we actually need to turn this in at? To Liano. Okay. Into town we go. Yes, yum, crunchy... oh! My power just went out. Let me check here real quick how much power I've got. I was actually concerned about this when I woke up as well, because I've got a window fan here, and I noticed... I don't know how this is picking up very well. But I've got a window fan here, and it kind of flickered when I woke up this morning. No, the weather's absolutely fine. Alright, I have 25 minutes of power if the power doesn't come back on. So we'll find out how that goes. I'll move this back here. Yeah, hopefully the power comes back on in the next 25 minutes. I probably should take the window fan out though, because it's like -1 outside right now. The power infrastructure here is just terrible. I genuinely don't know. I know it was flickering this morning. If I were to take a guess, it's them preparing for winter. Because they're kind of terrible like that. They lose power for everything. The only thing that genuinely surprised me is we had a hurricane like 2 months ago, Hurricane Fiona that hit. We were one of the few places in the entire province that, like, just basically this apartment building, it's one of the few places in the entire province that didn't lose power at all. Everyone else was without power for like at least a week. Like even my back home, which is in sort of a smaller town, they didn't have power for I think it was a week, like a full week. And last time I was there, around the end of last month, they still hadn't cleaned up any of the damages. Like, literally was seeing trees on top of buildings. It was pretty funny because it had been a month. They hadn't cleaned up in a month. Anyway, let's go over to find out Liano's location. Oh, also, since you were wanting to know about the game, since I've got the description of the different characters here that increase with their rank up, there are some romanceable characters for both genders. Liano is one of them. And then we've got Martha. My hand tracking is a little wonkier now as well, because I'm missing 2 of my lights. Power here isn't great because the apartment complex is really old. The only thing that's saving us right now is our current unit had electrical variety, or entirely redone recently. So we're a bit more stable than the rest of the complex, but even if we're still flickering from time to time. Previous unit here, if you breathe wrong, the power will drop. Yeah, that's basically a description of our entire power infrastructure in this province. It's infamously bad from what I've heard. Apparently it's a lot better in other provinces. I have no clue, because I've been trapped here my entire life. Anyway, Rainer is also another person that we can romance. Rue, the mayor's daughter, is one as well. And our Xiao, the mayor's assistant. Oh, power just came back on. That's convenience. I'm missing one of them. Where's the rival? Yeah, our rival is also one of the romanceable people. My window fan didn't come back on, but it's fine. I'll just deal with it. I'm on the side of the building where the wind doesn't hit too often, so it'll take a while for my room to get to the point of actually needing to turn that back on. Let's see. Alright, I still need to talk to Liano. I kind of forgot I was doing that. Okay, here we go. Now here's Liano. Quest. Let's upgrade our fishing rod. You found the material? Good job, matey. Now let's go find Rainer. Follow me. As if Rainer ever leaves his shop. Here you go, your new fishing rod. Well, I hope the new rod makes you an even better fisherman. I see a lot of potential in you, chemist. And I want to show you that fishing can be a lot of fun. Liano, I've never seen you so excited. Well, I've just got a passion for the briny steep, savvy, that's it. I need to get breakfast, but one thing I want, I'm missing stuff so I can't have it. Guess I'll have to settle for a bagel. If I actually feel like getting up to make one. I'm hoping I don't get made fun of for saying bagel. Because I apparently pronounce it really oddly to most people and I don't understand how. Now off you go, both of you. I have more important things to do. Bagel? I don't understand how that's any different. Intermediate fishing rod. I'm just remembering on YouTube I've seen clips of Project Melody saying bagel as well and getting ridiculed for it. I'm just like, because I'm also not hearing it there either, so I'm just like, is it the same? Is it different? I genuinely don't know. Oh, you do, it's okay. Everybody says things differently. Someone else says oven like oven. And someone else who says crayon like crown. Crown. I could see it. I'm trying to think. I was talking to my roommate about how I was being ridiculed for the accent sometimes, because like the way I pronounce iron has also caught some attention. I pronounce bagel like bagel. Isn't that how I'm pronouncing it? Crown. Because, yeah, I was talking to my roommate about it, and I'm trying to think of how the conversation was going. But I ended up saying, yeah, I basically talk like I'm just frozen, like, actually frozen. Like, yeah, icy environment, it's fine. I'm just talking like I can't speak because it's too cold. Okay, I don't know why I got the quest marker. Oh, I got the red orchid seeds? When? Are these the seeds you found in the wild? Yeah, I gotta avoid opening my mouth. Yes. Just stop talking entirely. Like boggle. Bagel. Boggle. Bagel. The first part sounds like bag. I think it's just because I'm saying it too quickly, but I'm not sure. What about Mary, Mary, and Mary? Mary, Mary, Mary. They all basically sound very similar. I'm not even sure how I'm saying iron wrong. Yeah, it's definitely that, like, Atlantic Canada accent. Luckily it's not that strong for me, because I've heard some really rough Atlantic Canadian accents, and I can't understand them. I live here and I can't understand them. Yay! I'm so excited to see to finally see the seeds that have been planted. I can't wait to see what kind of flowers they're going to grow into. Will the petals turn red later on? Apparently, yes. Let's take a look at them together later, shall we? I'll let you know when the flowers are blooming. It'll be splendid. Thumbs up. Friendship level up. Why are they outside? You put more emphasis on like O than most. I pronounce it like iron. I hear you pronounce it like iron. Ah. So I'm pronouncing it properly. Iron. Iron. Yeah, it seems like the usual pronunciation then, I guess, is swapping the vowel and consonant around in the middle. Yeah, English is really weird. I remember seeing, what is it? I remember seeing maps of North America and how the different accents for different words are spread out. It was kind of interesting to see. I don't know how easily you can find those, but I know they were posted on Reddit a few times. What am I doing for quests now? Gold Nugget, Timber Fruit. Alright, let's go back and do that, I guess. Up here? Yeah, up here. I can't say anything though, as long as you have to remove as many syllables and vowels as possible. I mean, yeah, the Aussie accent has also been infamously a little odd in that regard. So I could definitely see that. Let's cut down these trees. Very slowly, burning all of our stamina to do it. Ooh, wood. Lots of wood. Smash. Smash. I forget what gave me the timber fruit. Melbourne? Melbourne. Melbourne. Accents and regional dialects are so much fun though. It's so wild how different they can be for some language. Sometimes it doesn't even sound like the same language. Trying to hear an accent of Scot or Louisiana Cajun. Speak as much as a marathon. I'm just thinking. Here it's a weird combination of like. So I live in an area where there's a mix of English, Acadian French, and very rare Gaelic. Because my father would occasionally just swear in Gaelic. Well, swear in that he would say the Gaelic word for bag, because no one understood him. But, like, even the street signs in my hometown are written in Gaelic and English, even though no one uses it. Melvin. That almost sounds like Melvin, like a really nerdy name. Yeah, I can see if you need to say it a lot, you're gonna get, like, shorter pronunciation for it. Like, even for my hometown, there's like a T in it that gets completely removed just because it's a hassle. To the point where it's literally a running joke in town that, like, trying to go internationally, and coming back, it's like, oh, how can you confirm that you're from that area? Because you're not saying the T. Oh, there's really easy ways to reveal, like, where I'm from. Um, just, like, even regarding the highway. Okay, this is... I guess this is technically a little bit of doxing, perhaps, potentially. We used to be the first set of lights on the Trans-Canada Highway coming from British Columbia. So, yeah. To the point where one of my teachers was literally commenting on how that's the instructions he gave to someone on how to get here. Just follow the highway until you get to the set of lights. Just keep going. Forever. Things like Northbourne, still Northbourne, and not Melbourne. Melbourne. Okay. Yeah, I could see that being just like a thing of convenience of how often you have to say it. Also, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Did this drop the fruit? Golden shell. What am I even doing in game right now? I've genuinely forgotten. This gives me a potato, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a potato. Truffle. I'll take the truffles. But yeah, accents are really entertaining, I guess. Like the one I do for the mayor here. Hello, everyone. How's it going? That's an accent, isn't it? Actually, I'm just thinking now. I'm having flashbacks to BioShock, like the original BioShock. Come back when you got some money, buddy! From the vending machines. It's a classic. My friends here and I used to constantly make jokes about that. About the vending machines in the game. Alright, I need to escape. Because I'm going to die soon. I don't know shit about Canadian geography, so you could talk some shit for me, wow. You could tell me how much, you live on such and such a street in Paris, Ontario. I could always make the joke about living on Yonge Street, which, as I recall, I think it was the longest street in the world. It's in Ontario. I think it goes all the way to... I'm trying to remember. I know it's in Ontario. I think it goes into Manitoba, but I'm not sure. So it like goes into the next province from like one of the major cities. I think. My memory's a bit wonky on that. It's been a while. I recall it being one of the longer streets in the world, if not the longest. Alright, what are the hours on the... I forgot the bathhouse was a thing. Can I get there in time? Probably not. Speaking of accents, I'm removing that second B in probably. Yeah, that closed. Oh, it closed earlier than I thought. Alright, next day, let's go. No, I don't want to sell stuff. Probably. Yeah, pretty much. Probably. Oh, someone else at the clinic today. Let's see what they want. Also, let's see what I need to actually upgrade my tools as well, because it's now another day. Probably. Yeah, it's probably like that. Left palm feels weird. Maybe you shouldn't be using it to sun drops. That one just auto-solved. Yay, convenience. No mini game this time. That's what I need to drop in here. Sun drops, drop in. See, I'd never have known that. I don't know there was such a thing as the longest street in the world. I'm very directionally challenged. I even mix up my left and right hand constantly despite being left-handed. I'm also left-handed, so... But it's mirrored here, so I'm holding my right now. I also can get lost with GPS if I'm not careful, as I probably all the time. I just remember I had... Speaking of GPS shenanigans, a couple of years ago, I was trying to go to a convention in Toronto called Anime North. It's quite a ways away from here. So I bought a... Like, when I say quite a ways away, I mean like a 24-hour drive. So I bought a GPS to make it easier, because the highway is mostly a straight shot, but there was a bit of turning to actually get to the convention center. So I bought this GPS to do it. And when I got to... when I got to Toronto, it had me weaving on and off of a certain track of highway through the entire city. Like, it's like, get off here, get back on. Get off here, get back on. In the end, it turned out it was just supposed to be a straight line. Like, there was literally no turn and no reason to have the GPS. It was just straight. Also, funnily, I think it was the return trip. I think it was in Cornwall. I'm not sure exactly where that is. But I know it's in Ontario. We got lost taking a brief turn off to, I think, get gas or something. And the GPS, because it was dark at the time, the GPS, in our attempt to get back onto the highway, because like almost every exit to the town was blocked, it had us drive onto a racetrack in the dark. And we didn't notice until we were on the racetrack. And it's like, why? Why GPS? Why are you so bad? It was funny, but also like it took an hour or so to figure out how to get out of the town. Because it was dark and our GPS would not direct us. It kept directing us back to areas that were blocked off. Good times. Alright, let's see what I can stick in the slot here. We'll stick this plant, I guess. And the rest I'm going to use with this trash sap. There we go. All the slots filled. Yeah, it was really funny where we just accidentally realized we were on the racetrack because we saw the stands beside us. Because we couldn't see them originally in the dark. It was quite an adventure. Alright, let's quickly heal up that kid in here. Come on. We're gonna give you these sun drops so you can get back to having your fun back at home. Without having to worry about your hurt hand. Happy! I've had enough of all your potions, but, well, thanks for helping me out. Remember that time you had me make a laxative so you could give it to the nun? Because that happened. And let's go back out here. I'm gonna find timber fruit. Yeah, he had us make a laxative. I think he was going to... It might have been the mayor he gave it to. But he wanted to... He gave us a different excuse for it. Like, I think he was saying the nun was sick. And he wanted the laxative to help her. But he ended up giving it to the mayor. Like, slipping it in his tea or something. My biggest GPS screw-up. Granted, that was actually my friend's fault because there was typo on the address he sent. I never caught it. It was the first Halloween since I'd moved away, and I was driving back to my house on an overnight Halloween slumber party with all the friends. Yeah, I'm very thankful for having GPS on my phone now and having a data plan. Because it makes it a lot easier to actually get around. Especially since it's actually reliable since it's updated live. I mean, I'm in Canada, so it's not updated that reliably because Canada. But yes, it's good. It's the middle of the night. I was around the creep clown thing. I remember those pranks. Being a national force, I was known for going missing. Also, murders, creepy, all this. Yeah, I can understand that. I can definitely understand being on on edge for that kind of thing. Oh, this is the thing that gave me what I needed, isn't it? I don't know how I missed this last time. There we go, there's timber fruit. And I could fish, but I don't have the bait. Grab that rose. Need to go down this tree, don't I? GPS took me right off the road. Tight wooded turns, like I stuck in deep sand right next to the tape. Let's see what I drove right into. That actually reminds me. I actually lost an aunt to that. It wasn't a GPS thing. It was just, it gets really foggy around here, and this is back when I was really young. She ended up in the fog on her way home, driving right into a lake that had no guardrail. And then they put up the guardrail. So that's how you get guardrails. Have someone die first. True story. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yes, very shitty life tip. Do you want to fight two wolves and that flying thing with the tongue? Just let me do this. Come on. Okay, I got a pelt at least. And gold! I was waiting tower, so I had no signal. I tried to call my friend. The reception was horrendous, so we lost connection. Calling the cops couldn't even find me with a satellite. I've heard. I think it might be John Oliver's show. I think they did a report on the emergency services systems. Apparently, their infrastructure is like really outdated because of poor funding. So they have worse tracking capabilities than like your actual like phone provider, perhaps. Like they can't tap into the system that locates you via satellite properly. It's a mess. I was on the phone with them while they had to search for me the old-fashioned way, blaring the sirens, having me listen out for them, then telling them the direction I was hearing them from so they could show their work. That would be bad for me. I don't know why, but I have difficulty with directional hearing. So it'd be like, I can't tell if they're ahead of me or behind me. Yay! I'd probably just stay lost at that point. I don't know how I'd deal with that. You're pretty lucky that you managed to actually get out of that. Okay, I need to find more gold somewhere. I don't know where though. I also need sweet tasting sap. Okay, timber fruit, gold, sweet tasting sap. Alright. Let's see if we can find gold and sap. We found some trees that might give it to us at least. What's this plant? Which I caught in a big police pickup truck managed to get me. I had to take my car to the dirt and then leave me out back on the main road and the nearest gas station where he stayed with me until my friends got there and got me back at his house. Yeah, I could understand that being terrifying. That would really mess with you. Like, I can totally understand that. Yeah, that would definitely mess with you, having to deal with that. Oh, I can now upgrade the drafting table, so I might be able to upgrade my cauldron now. I'm not seeing any gold around that. Let's see, gold. Oh, this rock. Give me gold. Come on. Yes! We got everything, now we can go back to town. Final part of the story, I had to drive all the way back to home because I had it the following morning. As soon as I pulled into the works parking lot, my boss had me standing there smoking a cig. He pointed at the front of my car and said, "You got a dead bat in your grill." I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's just, I don't know what to say beyond saying that's impressive. I should check, see if I can grab that quest. Oh, what's going on here? I need your help to solve a mystery. This day after Halloween, it was almost a missing person case and a dead bat stuck in the car. At least you managed to get the car out, because that would have been really problematic. And at least you didn't end up in the lake either. I put some leftover food on the table and... well, it's gone! Somebody stole my food! Did you eat it? Can you make something to lure the thief out with? I want to catch the thief with it. Just lodge it and throw it away for me. Yeah, I can understand that. That would have to be rough. At least you made it out okay. And you managed to meet up with your friend in the end as well. Dear Railen TV, I've been trying to send you an invitation, but you're so rarely at home. If you're reading this, please pay me a visit at my house. Marielle. I could probably do that in a few minutes, actually. Wait, was that the only one? Okay, yeah, that's the only one. It does make for a great story, yes. Let's go to the mayor's house. They really should have a flag down here. If they're going to have them in these other random spots, they should have one down the south side as well. Let's make that potion real quick, I guess. Pungent Draught. Summer Party was a lot of fun once I got there, at least. So that's the, yes. At least you had fun in the end. Okay. Potion that clearly attracts anyone who sniffs it. Sure. Let's see if we can make it. Stick that there. What are our actual limits? No water. Okay. Stick the spore there. May as well stick the silver here, I guess. It's iron, isn't it? I think this is silver. Ah, whatever, doesn't matter. And what else can we stick here? That there. I'm going to hit the ingredient limit real fast. Sunflower. Tongue. Do I have something to fit in that slot? If not, I'll have to do it the other way. Might have to do it the other way. Nope, this'll fit. Oh, actually I need the gold, don't I? I tell you what though, if I ever have a friend who lives in a forest again, I will not go to them. They can come to me. I'm just remembering my own story about that. We managed to find it in the end after contacting the friend, because luckily we had signal for it. But he gave us directions to get to his house in the dark. His directions were, drive down this road until you see the birch tree, and then turn left. In the dark, with no road lights, you can't see a single birch tree hidden in a forest of many birch trees. Like, there are birch trees mixed in everywhere. Once the sun came up, I have no clue what his directions were supposed to be. They were terrible, though. Let's see. Where is... I'm looking for the opposite of this one. Do I even have one? I don't think I do. This is a little trickier than I was expecting. I really might have to use that gold. I really don't want to, though. Oh well, I can get gold later. It's finished! Alright, let's give it to the person. Wherever they are. Are they in the police station? No. Okay, we're gonna go talk to Railen for both of these. We're gonna talk to Dean for the other one. And we also have to go to the mayor's house. So we'll go do that real quick, if we can. Is the mayor's house down here? It is, yes. I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Yeah, the birch tree. I mean, it's understandable to know what a birch tree is. It's the ones with the white bark you can peel off. But, like, it was a dumb instruction. Like, I mean, looking for one white tree, like, kind of whitish tree, in a forest, in the dark, driving on a highway, you're not gonna see it. So we literally had him come to, like, the nearest, like, small community area, and we followed him to his house. Because we told him that was a stupid instruction. There trees are basically the only landmarks. I'd have a paint. Picking up points, just start, like, placing brightly colored reflective whatevers. That would have been a good idea, but they don't do that here. Literally, a lot of it is just, like... There are definitely a lot of areas in the communities around here where it's just... If you're driving at night, hope you see the road, or expect to make a U-turn. There are people to pick out. I'm pretty sure they actually never find it just that where they live. Yeah, because it would be a good idea. It would make sense and it would be a cheap fix. But they don't. I was trying to forgot birches with a white bark. Yeah, they got the white bark, but they're like... Expecting to find like a 6-inch wide tree that's white at night in the dark, surrounded by other dark trees, you're not gonna see it. Even when he pointed it out when the sun was up, I didn't see it. So I don't know how he pointed it out. Like, I don't know why he was using it as a landmark. Okay, so what does Marielle want us to do? Why don't you try one of the cookies I just made? It would have been pretty impressive if it did glow, honestly, because that would have made the problem a lot easier to deal with. I'm glad you like them, but actually there's an ingredient missing. Have you heard of red sugar? No. I heard that it has a delicate taste compared to regular sugar. Okay. Yeah, you're not gonna see the tree. Sweet crystals? Do you know how to create one? I do? I'd love to try it during my next baking session. Can I trouble you to make some? Okay. What are you digging up? Nothing. What were you digging up? Is that a worm? I didn't even know he could dig up worms. I need to make a sugar crystal, I guess. Craft sweet crystal. Oh, this is actually pretty simple. I can literally just stick sap in the rest of the slots. Let's see. Sweet crystals. Mission very easily accomplished. But before we go do that, we're going to go take a bath. Because we're a dirty, dirty boy. Let's talk to them, and then take a bath. It's funny how it's a mixed bath, but I seem to only end up with women in the bath. I recall early on when I was first starting playing, when I was going to look for people to raid, I saw female players, like female characters, ending up with all males in the bath as well. So I think it might be intentional. Let's go back up here and see if we can find more gold. Hopefully we can. I managed to dodge that, surprisingly. No gold there. Any up here? Any still around? Or did I collect it all? I very well might have collected it all. At least I glow on the map as well, like the little mini-map there, so it's really easy to see where I am. And what's around, even though it's getting darker. There's definitely no more gold around, is there? Yeah, there's no gold. Oh, there's one, possibly. Come on, give me gold. There we go. Now we're gonna go back into town and deliver this to Rainer, perhaps. I have many people to rely on me after our terror. Yeah. I know some people are hesitant about my decision, but I couldn't bear the thought of losing my only child. I see he's feeding the ducks. Also, Rainer's place is definitely closed, and so is the blacksmith. Oh, I noticed that. That's cool. Def makes reading the mini-map easier. Now the real question is, do you glow at night, or do you need some kind of glowing equipment? I don't think I glow. It doesn't look like a glow, at least. I don't think I can get any glowing equipment either. Okay, I glow ever so slightly. Because I saw there was like faint rings of light around me, but it's definitely very faint. Okay, Osmond, get out of the way. I want to go into the bar. Okay, Luck isn't the one I wanted to find, but okay, I'll talk to him. It doesn't get super dark at night now. It's pretty easy to navigate around. I forgot he sells apple juice. I also forgot money has any purpose in this game because I haven't done anything to get me in the last few minutes. I know I've gotten some from, like, treating patients and stuff, but I haven't been making any actual effort to get any, because I haven't really needed any until I need to upgrade my tools. Yeah, you can't really get any equipment either. Like, the only thing you can do is upgrade your tools in the top left. That's basically it. I don't think I'm gonna find Rainer. Alright, I forgot this was a system I could do. You can use the dog to track down NPCs. That's a new warning. Your dog can help you track any villager's location. However, he won't be able to find any villagers who are out of town. This action can be accessed by interacting with your dog. I don't know if that means they just edited the text, or if it's suggesting that someone is out of town right now. We'll track down Rainer, who's probably in his shop. Wait, he's not? Where are we going? He's at the beach? Why is he at the beach? Also, the dog is so much faster than me. I'm glad it stops when, like, I fail to catch up, but it's still pretty funny. Okay, we've got quite a few quest goals here, conveniently. Here's the pungent draft. You put something together? Great! Let's give it a go. Oh, he's taking me away from here, isn't he? I put the stuff on my desk. Let's wait here for a little while. I'm gonna guess it's his brother discarding expired food. Oh, it's the cat. I keep reading the cat as a character. There! It must be the thief. It opened the door on its own. Let's go inside. Cats are people too. According to this, they are. We've got you now. Are you here to steal my leftovers? What's going on? I caught Kip's red paw trying to steal my leftovers. Leftover food on your desk? That's right. You weren't planning to eat it, right? Of course not. Fresh food tastes much better. Well then, why don't you let Kips have it instead? It's... Yeah, you're not eating it anyway. I usually give my leftovers to Kips. It'd be a waste to just dump them in the bin, after all. Love the cat as a character. I wonder if in human form... I don't think it does. I think it's just the cat. I think it just gets into random shenanigans and stuff. One man's trash is another cat's treasure, right? Fine, I'll let you off the hook for now. You can take as much as you want, Kips. Hey, stop it. I won't waste any more food from now on. You'll see. I got moon cloves. Have you ever tried throwing a hammer? My throwing isn't perfect, but I'm keen to get better. It's always good practice whenever you can. Why are you throwing a hammer? There's also part-time jobs you can do to make money as well. They're just small mini-games that waste a little bit of in-game time. I haven't been doing them though, because I don't really need money right now. Yeah, there's different mini-games you can do at the police station, the town hall, and the church, I think. There might be a fourth one that I'm not remembering. And you can also make potions to sell as well if you want. The potion thing, it reveals it way too late. But you make potions, and eventually you gain access to putting them in the mailbox. And then you just dump the potions in here, and a bird comes and collects them at like 1700 hours. and you get money from that. I think I'm trying to remember what they are. I don't recall what the post office one. I don't recall what the mayor's office is one. Like I don't recall what it actually requires you to do. But the police station is just sorting potions, so it's like alternating left and right, depending on what the pattern is. Alright. The mayor's office is doing a certain pattern it shows properly. The police station is sorting whatever potion you are to like one side or the other. And the church is button mashing. But they all burn 2 hours. I think they all give the same amount of money. I think the only change you could think of would be, I think it impacts like who you gain friendship with, perhaps. I think there's like quests for doing them as well. Hello. It's been a while. Let's see. Alright, Rainer. I forgot I got booted down to the police station and was trying to talk to Rainer to begin with. Is he still here? No. Can we find him? Oh, Russo's not in town. And I also forgot this is alphabetical. Rainer, let's go. He's probably at his house. Well, let's see if we can find him. He is absolutely at his house. Okay, next day time. Sleep. Oh, another patient at the clinic. Okay. I forgot about this. I accidentally activated the thing to customize their room. I don't have any good furniture though, which is part of the problem. My neck feels weird. My right knee feels weird. My neck first. Left, down, right. Down, left, down. Up, left, left. And now for the right knee. Oh, come on. Does it have a pass-out mechanic too? If so, is it more or less... It's definitely more forgiving than Stardew Valley. It's not like Dinkum where it just lets you go infinitely. It does have a pass-out mechanic. I think you pass out at 2 a.m. But it just makes you wake up later the next day. I think you might start with a little bit less stamina as well, but I'm not sure. Like, it wakes you up at, instead of like 6 a.m., it like wakes you up at like maybe 10 a.m. So it's not like a severe penalty. Because Stardew is definitely pretty harsh in that regard, where it's like, oh, here's just an entire stack of whatever you were carrying. Gone entirely. Yeah, you don't lose money or items or anything. You just wake up in your bed and it's like 10 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. It might be a little inconvenient if you have something that requires time constraints, but time constraints are pretty merciful in the game as well so far. Sun drops and relaxing balm. Let's make those real quick. Relaxing balm. Well, I've got a ton of copper I can stick in here, I guess. And what else do I have? A sunflower I can't put in there. Stick this in there, I guess. think another game that's like that where you just wake up, oh, Ooblets. I think it's Traveler's Rest or like that. I don't think I'm familiar with either of those, but I'm kind of curious now. Might have to look into those later. I need that sap, don't I? I'll put this one here then. Relaxing bomb created. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Let's see. We'll stick this flower here. And whatever this is down here. And then I'll fill the rest with the sap. Yeah, I've been warned that holding my sneezes in is bad, but I've always done that. I mean, it's better than sneezing all over the microphone. Yeah. To the chemist, I've been having trouble with my sleeping patterns over the last few weeks. Could you please pay me a visit sometime? Alright. Which is very unique. I have a hard time trying to relate to any other game. I think the closest would be something like Pokemon with hints of Stardew and Animal Crossing, but with dance battles. Yes, sneeze into my elbow. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I know it looks like a sweater here, which would also be unsanitary, but I'm wearing a t-shirt. And what would even be the point of doing that other than just sneezing all over my arm? What am I trying to do here? Can I interact with Rainer? And just pretty much that. Either that or the mayor. Because since we're interacting with the dog anyway, we may as well pet it and feed it some apple juice. It's overall very fun to the game. I don't know if the microphone picked that up. Someone's honking outside. Yeah, reference to the game. It's little devs make sure to make silly words for characters to use to describe things. I know people that actually talk like that, or talk like that in real life, or they just make up words to describe things all the time. It's a thing. I didn't go to the clinic to deal with that guy, did I? I didn't. Okay, let's go deal with him. Let's treat his symptoms. Here's one boo-boo fixed up. I like how we stick band-aids on it until we solve it. Treatment completed. Happy smiley face. Oh god, little guys, you dance battle up against hard out seeds for you to grow that are kind of little guy. Okay, that does sound really odd. Might have to look into that later if I remember it. Okay, let's go deal with Rainer, I guess. I think his shop should be open-ish soon. Hopefully. What's her friendship at? Let's boost it up anyway. Apparently I can't give her one right now. He said the gift isn't necessary, and then he took it anyway. Okay, I'm not going to give her a gift, because she's basically a cat. Oh, Rainer's open early. Let's see, what upgrades can we do? House renovation, clinic renovation. What is it? Upgrade, or to unlock new what? New serum recipes and increase your income. I renovate the bedroom and to be more space. Okay. How am I being racist towards Makote? Different furniture and stuff I can get. Lamps, apparently. Trouble is more of a crafting and base management kind of game. You start as a new tavern owner and you gather materials. Oh, I'm familiar with that game, actually. Now that you mentioned that description parts, I recall hearing, I recall seeing some stuff about it on Steam. It seemed like it was interesting, but at the same time I didn't want to spend money on it. Alright, we'll do that. The old drafting table, I guess. You done with my list? Great, let's go to my workshop right away. Alright, let's do this. I've been a while, but I'm playing other stuff I can enjoy for the time, better play it. It seemed very much like other games I had played. Like, it's very similar to other games, is what it felt like from what I was seeing on Steam. Which kind of made me not want to buy it, because if I was going to play it, I was going to play other games I already owned instead of paying for something else that was similar. Which is kind of why I haven't purchased it myself. I don't know how accurate that is or not, but that was my impression of it based off of the Steam screenshots. Anyway, Rainer's apparently going to be able to do things faster and better now that I've upgraded his drafting table. Carpenter upgrade 1. That's vague. Oh, it unlocks the renovations. Okay. I thought that was just restricted because I didn't have the actual things for them. Oh, new furniture as well. Cool. Getting all the wood and stone for these is kind of a pain, though. So I don't want to do that. What's the other quest? Cold residue. It's the key. I can get overwhelmed pretty easily. Take some adjustment to find the right things to open tavern. No, I open close today. Making sure you have enough materials so everything can be paid too if you want a chill game. Yeah, it sounds like something I probably wouldn't want to play then, unfortunately. At least without modding it. If it could be modded pretty easily, I might consider it, perhaps, if it makes things a little easier. But I also don't own it, so that would require paying for it still as well. Anyway, I guess Rainer's going to make the key tomorrow. Who are we meeting first? We'll meet up with Marielle. Marielle is at... I still find it funny that they gave the mayor and his wife both names that are basically mayor. Let's give Runeheart one of these. Ah, she's in her house. Okay. What's over your thing? It's very chill. It's just very good for you. It's off the game by itself. Oh, Luck's here for some reason. I'll give him one of these as well. And I shouldn't have talked to her first. Here's your sweet crystals. Oh my, could this be the item I asked for? Wonderful. I'm looking forward to including them in the recipe. You can also cook in this game, but I have not done any cooking so far. Let me know how they taste compared to the last batch. So turn the dance pedals, you can use the card style system. It's not complicated by any means, or into card-based games. You haven't played too many card-based games. They're pretty hit and miss for me. I guess it depends on the system for it. I'm always welcome to try new recipes in the future. I unlocked a new cookie recipe, which I'm not gonna make, probably. Okay, so what are my quests now? Tiny crystal, liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer. I don't something like card-based games, I do. Okay. I'll have to look into it if I remember it after the stream then. Let's check out the blacksmith, see if we can upgrade our tools now. But I also recall the resources required for these tend to be a bit of a hassle. Now, let's see. Have we talked to Opalheart yet? I have, okay. So I need money. That's the main issue here. I can also upgrade my health and the cauldron. I should probably get some wood. And some money. Lots of wood, lots of stone, lots of money. Alright. We'll go for the wood first, because I can see the amount of resources I have in the top right there. So off into the woods we go. Actually, since I have enough for the axe, and the axe is the main thing slowing me down, we'll go back into town and get that money real quick. Drop off here, go into the police station, and work a part-time job. Sort 20 bottles of ink. Right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, right, left, left, right, 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 left, left, right, wrong, left, left. I actually prefer when people are chatty because it gives me something to talk about other than trying to pull things out of nowhere. So I appreciate when people are talking, actually. It's not what I'm used to. Still taking some of these to find the balance. Well, hopefully it doesn't take too long to find the balance. Oh, the cat. I don't have any gifts to give it, though. Wait. Yes, this person is going to hit the new rank. I talked to... Okay, I did talk to Derek. Yes, keeping things lively is good. It's not easy to stream when things are dead. I had a half second of, why did I come back in here? Until I remembered I was trying to get one of these, which I don't have money for. Okay, we're gonna go into the mayor's office this time. get money from that, hopefully. Right. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing. The mayor's office is closed today. I see. How about the church then? Can we do stuff here? Okay, we can. Wow, that was a bad time. So, funnily enough, I do recall my previous times were with this, and it was previously with around 8 seconds remaining. Alright, let's go back out here, and I can't fast travel while inside? Huh. I never actually noticed that earlier. Let's go here, I guess. Hopefully the blacksmith is still open, but they're probably not going to be. But if they are, I can upgrade my axe. Or no, I can't. I don't have much money. Thought I got some money from that, but apparently not. Let's find Hannah then, I guess. Hannah. Up here and around. Not in her shop, apparently. Where are we going? Oh, she's here for some reason. Huh. Is that her house or something then? Let's double check that. Pay her a visit sometime. So, I guess it is at her house? I don't know where that is, though. I thought she lived in the shop, honestly. Where does she live? Oh, there. Okay. That'll be easy to find then, I guess. She lives right beneath Xiao. Just talk to these people real quick. And this should be Hannah's house, I think. Flashback to when I learned teachers didn't live at school. I mean, that's pretty accurate, but at the same time, I think some of the shop people do actually live at their houses. Thank you for taking my request on. I don't even know what it is yet. Anyway, you know, I've been having difficulty sleeping over the past couple of months. I really don't know what's behind it. Can you suggest anything that might help? Insomnia? Interesting. It must be serious, right? I'm exhausted every day. Would you be so kind as to make me a potion that could help? Oakley dokley. You would? Awesome. Thank you so much. Do come again once you got the potion for me. And now back to my house to make the potion, I guess. Then off into the woods to try to get some wood. Oh. Okay, no stone this time, I guess. But I've got plenty of other resources I can stick in there. Apparently none of those, which will make this a lot easier, though. Let's see. What do we have for straight? Got that. And that there, and that. Mission accomplished. Sweet slumber. And now off into the woods instead of giving her what she wants. Actually, she's still nearby, isn't she? Let's go track her down. Oh, she's not as nearby as I... Oh, she is. She's still here. Perfect. You've made a potion for me. Thank you. You're very kind. I like how she glitched through the chair for a second there. I feel the same? Is that normal? Ah, yes. It should take effect later on, around midnight? This has got to fix my sleep schedule, right? Wait, what did you say? As long as there's something on my mind, I might still have trouble sleeping. Yeah, I think I need to get things straight in my head. Something has been really bothering me lately. My boss, Nova. She's the one who inspired me to join the fashion industry. She's like one of my biggest inspirations. But nothing I do is good enough. We've argued so much these past couple of months, and I'm feeling very frustrated. Different creative visions? No, it's not that. We've been on the same page since I started this job, and I've always believed in her vision. She's a perfectionist, so there's always something about my work that doesn't meet her standards. But at the same time, I just want to feel appreciated for all the hard work I put in for her. Maybe that's the reason for my lack of sleep lately. Welcome back. Should we go to Gorilla Bar instead? Wait until lunch at this point. Fair. Lunch is pretty soon as well. What time is it now? It's 11-ish? It's probably like 10 your time. Look at me rambling on. I talk too much. Thank you for the potion, and for taking time to listen to me, of course. I'll try my best to get through this. Well, with that friendship up, I'm going to go out into the woods and use the last of my energy to cut down some trees. And by last, I mean I'm completely full on energy, so I can just do this until I run out of stamina. Or time. At least these trees give a bit more wood, I think. But it doesn't seem to be comparably much. Did it just say +5? Like, as in +5 total? Must cut wood. +10. It looks like it gave me a +100 though. Large detailed sprites in the game are. They feel like they have more life than they're simplistic. Overdone like in Stonehaven and not stiff like a flat like Stardew. I played Stonehaven a bit. It doesn't feel very memorable though. Stardew. I mean, Stardew's enemies are definitely very lifeless, aren't they? The enemy sprites in this are very much... Yeah, I can totally see that. They feel a lot more alive. It very much leans into like the cutesy aesthetic for it, and I'm trying to think of how to word this. It definitely feels more alive as a consequence of it, I suppose. There's quite a bit of motion to the sprites, which they can kind of get away with because they are larger and more cutesy like that. Okay, let's cut this down before I randomly explode. Cool, I'm just gonna kill this. And possibly die in the process. Okay, cut down this tree. More wood. What you digging up, doggo? It's a truffle! Can only really use those for cooking, I imagine. And I haven't been doing any cooking, so too bad. Okay, another tree felled. Grab the hammer here. It seems like they've fixed the range of the hammer, because I recall this was an issue I was having, where the hammer's range seemed very narrow. So it was making it a bit of a challenge to actually use it practically. But it seems like they fixed that. Either that or it's my imagination. I've just gotten better at aiming. Who really knows? Some days I've just got quite a few updates. That improved some quite a bit. It's actually pretty fun at this point, but there are aspects of it that I still don't like too much. A lot of the character designs aren't great, and while customization options for characters sometimes it feels, well, too much moments, it's all restricted in a way. What I found weird is that it gives you at least 2 homes, if I am remembering the game correctly. Because I had the starter home, then I got to like the elf village and it gave me a second home, and then it's like, wow, way to overwhelm me with things. It's a bit too much at that point. Three now. Yeah, that's far too much. That is way too much. Wait for Rainer to drop by? He's probably the one that's sick right now, isn't he? Oh, he's here. Hey, I've made the key for the cabinet. Here it is. Make sure to unlock the cabinet gently so you don't bust the lock, okay? I'll see you around. Alright, let's see the sick person. It's Derek. His left eye feels weird, and his left ankle feels weird, and his lower left arm feels weird. There's the eye. Oh, the dodging minigame. I forgot about this one. At least it's simple. I think their purpose is to give you a place to easily access that while you're spending time in those locations, rather than having to port back to your home base all the time from really far away for other instance, for instance. Could easily feel too much though. Yeah, like, I understand what they were going for, to have like an easily accessible area you can rest at, but it's definitely overwhelming in the sense of like, you have to manage 3 houses. Like, you could just keep it to 1, but I think there were certain crops that could only grow in certain areas, and you kind of needed them, so you had to actually manage the properties to some extent. Because I think it was around where I got to the second house where I just kind of like, it became too much. Okay, let's see. Nearly. Okay, should be the last one then. There we go. Then we have got a ginger island kind of deal. They don't execute very well. I've never actually gotten to Ginger Island in Stardew Valley yet. Like, it's a slow grind to get there, and I'm still far off. I'll probably get there someday, but I don't know when. But having those things off in the future also helps kind of somewhat keep Stardew Valley fresh, even though it's kind of a lot at the same time. I suppose it's kind of how MMOs are as well, where it's just they keep adding things to make it fresh, and it just becomes overwhelming eventually. Okay, what should I stick here? That'll do. I've seen enough people talk about it, and that's in there for it's pretty well how it works. Okay. I'll have to find out someday in the far-off future of many years from now. This is how it kind of feels like it's going to go. Okay, what can I stick there? I can stick lavender there randomly, I guess. And sap in the rest of these slots. Potion made. And let's see. This one looks pretty simple. I can just stick these in. And then something long and tall. Oh, I can just stick these two furs in there. Have I played Railen? I have not. I'm not familiar with the game either, I don't think. At least not off the top of my head. Right, let's cure this person's symptoms now. One, two, and three. It worked! Treatment completed! Get out of the bed now. Atelier Railen. I have not. Is that the series of games? I think I'm familiar with it at least. I think there's a series of Atelier games, aren't there? Swear to God, my Twitch is so messed up lately. I don't know what the deal is. My internet is fine, but my Twitch is constantly buffering streams. I had that issue back at my previous job as well. I couldn't watch Twitch streams at work because they would just die at some point. I could watch the VODs, but I couldn't watch the streams at all. This is fine. Everyone else in chat are always like, fine. Streaming's fine. It's just me. My PS4 likes taking me from. Yeah, it's definitely an issue that I've had as well. So I know of it. I think it's just something weird with the ads. I don't know why. It's like sometimes when ads are supposed to start, it just kills your stream feed, so that you can't continue watching unless you refresh the page. But everyone else seems to be fine. Two of those Switch games mostly. The second one was okay. I don't think I'm familiar with them then. I might be thinking of a different series. PS4 likes to take me from home as 14 up to 2, even though we have some of the PS4 never has a problem. I think it just hates me specifically. I mean, it might also be just, I know there's one issue I had, because we had a lot of devices back at my family home. Why does my audio sound funky? I don't know. Is my audio fine now? I don't know what the issue is with the audio, unfortunately. I haven't changed anything. I know I had the bottle there for a second, but... I'm just thinking... Because another issue I had when I had a lot of devices on the same internet connection, it could be an issue with like the IP addresses changing if you have like wired or like a wireless connection. But I don't know what the issue is. Game audio. I don't know what it is. Game audio should be fine. Is it still the same? Like, I was wondering if it was just because I had the game, like, paused, but... It's not horrible, I can get through most streams just fine, I'll get through chunks just... Get through streams just fine, but I'll get through chunks. Time where buffering just starts happening en masse, then it eventually just chills back out. Yeah, I don't know what those weird spikes are. It's definitely odd. Okay, what am I actually doing right now? Key. I have to give it to Osmond, really? Well, alright, I guess. I also need to talk to Luck. I really should just start passing out in game, because it makes it easier to get into shops and stuff. Let's go talk to Luck, I guess. Oh, it's still too early in the day for that. Alright, it's Monday, so I can do side quest stuff. You got all that happy juice in your brain, makes everything sound like it's underwater. Well, because you wake up later in the day, you don't have to wait around for the shops. Deliver 6 bear claws. Deliver 2 silver nuggets. Deliver 6 dark shards. Okay. Get 3 garbage bags. Sure, why not? Deliver 2 white meat. Okay. Deliver 4 pink meat. Why not? So we got a bunch of side quests to do now. I genuinely wasn't expecting so many of them, but I can do quite a few of those. Alright, bear claws, can't do. Silver nuggets, can do. And then pink meat I apparently have. I need to do some fishing for the rest of that, though. Where are the garbage bags at, though? Alright, down there. Let's go grab those garbage bags real quick first. Okay, let's see where they are. There's 1, 2, and 3. Garbage collection done. I'm getting a lot of money from this real fast. The bear paws, I'll need to go into the woods to collect real quick. How many do I need? 6. Okay. Let's go fight some bears. Not down here. Not up here. How about over here? I know there's one up here at least, I think. It's really noisy outside right now. There's a bear. Give me the bear paw. There we go. Cut down the tree as well. And we'll pet our dog. And feed it, of course. Give it its daily apple juice. And I need to find more bear claws. I don't know why I'm suddenly struggling to find bears. It's probably the fact that I haven't played in at least a month or 2. Okay, down here. I know there's one down here. There we go. Who needs to dodge when you can just brute force it? I don't want the ginger you're digging up. There's another bear. I think this might be the last one. And the other thing I need is dark shards. I forget what dropped those. I know it was something up here, though. Not that. No, not that either. Not that. It's not these, is it? Oh, it is those. Okay. Gotta fight some shield guys. How's the stamina management on this? Do you have a decent amount to work with, or starting out, or is it difficult to manage later? It's a little hit or miss. It starts off pretty easy. It definitely depends on what your tool is, because it depends on how much you have to actually swing the weapon. But I'm trying to think of how to word this. It's usually fine. It's just a matter of like brute forcing things, and you can probably you can restore it at the hot spring eventually, like the public bath. You can restore it there. I just don't do it very much because usually by the time I get to that point, it's either closed or it's just too late in the evening to bother anyway. So yeah, the stamina's not bad. You definitely have to make sure to upgrade your tools, though. Because if you don't upgrade your tools, it ends up dragging out. Just even for collecting things. But the stamina requirement is the same as your swing. Like, this is always going to cost the same amount of stamina. It's slowly dropping the bar up there. But the tool tier you have impacts how many times you have to swing, which is what impacts how your stamina drains. But yeah, the spa in Stardew actually like requires you to what I should call it an achievement. Whatever. But yeah, the spa in Stardew requires you to like actually deal with it. Like you have to sit there and wait. The one here just passes 2 in-game hours automatically and fully restores everything. So it's convenient if you get there in time, but if you do other things in the day and then come out here, you're gonna burn through the time pretty quickly. Yeah, upgrading tools is definitely a priority. It makes things a lot faster, and you do. It's kind of why I'm aiming for that instead of the cauldron right now. So I think I have enough resources and money to buy the cauldron right now. I'll probably go for the axe first, because the trees are kind of slow. Then maybe the hammer, and then the sickle. Because the axe is also like... all the tools are also functionally weapons. And what this means is like they've got different attack powers to them and different like, actual benefits to using them. So I showcased this a bit earlier. The axe deals with shields. The hammer deals with like hard shelled enemies, like the bugs. And the sickle is just really fast, but it's also kind of weak. It's like the dagger in other games would be. Alright, let's go back to town. Let's see if we can upgrade our axe. Just down here, or up around here. And upgrade time. Steel axe. There we go, upgraded weapon. Mithril is the next tier, okay. One convenient thing though, which is really nice. The resources required for upgrading your tools in your house and stuff are a separate type of resource from what you need for crafting potions. And they're required like together at the same time if you're collecting like trees or stone. You can see in the top right hand corner there next to my usual mini-map thing. There's money, wood, and stone. Those are all used for buying things, like for crafting like your furniture, your house upgrades, your tool upgrades. So those are the only things you'll need for those. Those 3 things there. And then for potions, it's their own sets of ingredients. So it's like these here. And then for food, they're their own set of ingredients as well. So you're not going to have conflicts with like, I need this ingredient for food instead of a potion, or I need this ingredient for a potion instead of food. They're separate things, so they don't have that overlap where you have to manage them. What kind of attack is going to take someone's off? Fire me now. That's pretty well. The game gives you these tools can easily do damage, but make you use a sword or bow. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of games that do that. Like like Stardew Valley, for example, the scythe could be a weapon. Your sword functions the exact same way, except you don't get hay from it. It's a little silly in that regard. Like, you only carry the scythe around just to get hay, but like, you cut the grass with the sword the same way anyway if you don't want the hay. Yeah, the categorization is really nice. It keeps things like neatly separate, so you don't have to worry about that kind of management system. Okay, with the bear claws. I don't think I have enough dark shards, do I? Okay, I'm missing one. And I need to do some fishing. I don't know if I have the bait for fishing right now, though. Hello. I guess I'm fine with being called Bugs Bunny. Also, here's fishing. It's kind of like Dinkum's fishing system, except you can't see where you're going to be fishing out of the water in advance. You just pull it in when they're not resisting. There we go. We got mackerel. It won't give you the actual fish. It'll give you either pink meat or white meat, depending on what kind of fish it gets. You look handsome and everyone will have power to make you a VTuber. Oh, thanks for the follow, Moo Crazy Game. I love how I have to hold on to something because yeah, it's always inconvenient to have to like worry if something you're using is going to be required for something else. Then you have to like hold off on using it. This game is definitely a lot more merciful in that regard. I'm very glad they used this system, because it would have put me off entirely if it didn't. I honestly think that. Let's reel this in. There we go. That should be white meat, I think. Only one. Okay. Fish and things like that. We're trying to base somehow. Struggle. Yeah, it's a pretty simplified system. You don't like have to find specific fish. It's also very nice that you don't have to get a very specific rare fish thing. It's very reflective of how the rest of the game is, where it's just you get the thing, it gives you a resource that can be used kind of universally. Is there still a bit of a challenge? Yes, very much. You don't want to check you don't want to check your controller across the room, but like, it still is interactive enough that you kind of enjoy it. Because there's definitely a lot of fishing in games where it's like heavily RNG based, or you have to catch this one specific rare fish only in one location, and it struggles a lot, and yada yada yada. You know, it's not a very involved fishing system. It has a few varieties of fish, but they'll give you like white meat or pink meat basically in the end. So you get like different records for them. You can go ahead and collect them all. But in the end, they'll just give you. Let's see. Scroll down here. They'll give you one of these two things. There might be another tier, because I still haven't gotten all the fish. I've only been fishing in the basic spots, but it's pretty merciful in that regard as well. I've been saying that about a lot of things in the game. It's very forgiving, which is nice. Let's find Osmond real quick. Osmond, let's go. He's probably in the police station right now, isn't he? Yeah, he is. That makes things easier. Let's talk to him first. That's where I find Final Fantasy 14 fishing a bit boring. It's frustrating in many ways, but the actual act of fishing is just cast your line, wait, hit. It used to be worse. You used to not have an indicator. You used to have to listen to it and wait for the sound before pulling the line, because there was no visual indicator aside from like the line tugging, which is why they got that like little light thing you can activate. It'd either be the line tugging or the sound. There was no like exclamation mark showing the kind of fish. But yeah, it's mindless but relaxing is kind of how I describe fishing for the average person in Final Fantasy 14. But if you're serious into the fishing, there's a lot of depth to like the different fishing accomplishments. And Kyrie will probably chew me out for saying that. For saying the first part about fishing being kind of simple in the game. Because my friend Kyrie Overdrive, who's one of the recommended channels on the bottom here, she's hardcore into fishing in games. And Final Fantasy XIV is one of those games she's hardcore into the fishing of. I think she's also involved in the Final Fantasy XIV player-made aquariums as well. You finally got the key. Let's go straight to the police department. We're in your office. There you go. I really don't mind. I'm just casually fishing, but if I'm fishing for something specific, yeah, it's very irritating because of the RNG stuff a lot of the time, for the quests and stuff. Because I know there was one of the job quests I think I spent like an hour or two just trying to catch like a third of a certain kind of high quality fish, which they've removed the quality thing now, but like yeah, it's hit or miss sometimes. But there's a lot of depth to like the actual fishing if you get into it. Now let's see what this record is. Did you find your clue about what to do now? Apparently I might have. No, the documents aren't my father's. They belonged to the head chemist at the time of the accident. My father recorded all those events, all the events those documents relate. He was a hard-working man, a dedicated police officer. But the accident with the chemicals was a human catastrophe. He tried his best to evacuate as many survivors as he could. But he couldn't find his best friend at the time. Lewis, that was his best friend's name. Lewis went on to become the mayor of Stardew Valley. The fact that if you haven't already fished at a certain spot or caught a specific fish once before, your fishing guide... Yeah, that is definitely something that's a challenge, especially since they're like so small in regards to the spots. Like, I haven't done fishing extensively in Final Fantasy XIV. I can't say that I'm a master fisher by any extension, like any definition of the word. But there's one spot in particular that's sticking out in my mind. When you leave the inn in Gridania, just along the cliff face, there's a very small spot you can fish there that counts as a separate fishing spot. Yeah, there's a lot of different spots like that. Like, I'm sure Kyrie, because she is serious into the fishing, could recite all of them. Like, all the weird niche fishing spots like that. But there's a lot. And they don't tell you it unless you're looking it up actively and doing a ton of research or fishing everywhere you can. You gotta figure out where you want to go, what kind of bait you need. Yeah. Like, there's a bait you can use, like a lure that's a variety one that basically works somewhat universally. But there's definitely, if you want to get into the specifics, you need like a lot of different varieties of bait. He was the head chemist from the capital, and he was doing fieldwork in Moonbury. The incident made my father into a hero in the eyes of many. but he was haunted by guilt. He blamed himself for failing to find save his best friend. When the situation got worse, Moonbury's hatred of the medical association grew stronger. Everyone blamed the failed experiment on Lewis. So my father kept every document and recorded every fact about the incident. He was hoping to clear his best friend's name, but he passed away before it could happen. And since you now know something of his story, I hope it can be used for the greater good. Oh, it's an actual... Okay, we can read this. Glaze Iceberg Experiment, Day 61. We managed to find a way to cleanse the weird substance from the soil. The weather has been extreme lately. We've been ordered to stop the expedition and return to the capital. We can't give up here. We've decided to stay till... That's the wrong till. We can cleanse the weird substance from the soil, and we are ready for the consequences. I remember Oswald coming to the site and warning us about the danger. We promised that we would leave immediately if an avalanche occurs. He also shared a piece of joyous news. He's expecting a baby He's expecting a baby boy soon. We will visit his family after the expedition. The clock is ticking. We are nervous about the danger, yet excited about the findings from his expedition. These flowers will make the world a better place. P.S. I left my research paper in the tent. Research a potion based on the recipe. Do I have the recipe? I have one I remember because I went to it recently, but I was trying to find a certain little fishing spot so I could just fish there for a while to level up. I went to the exact coordinates I was given, but it basically just kept telling me no matter where I stood. I ended up having to run like 50, 100 elms away and up on a boardwalk before it would let me fish. This is a hidden falls area by Cost of the Soul. I was very energetic before I even had started fishing. That actually reminds me, speaking of Costa del Sol, I fished up the Chocobo minion from there, maybe a year or so ago. It seemed to suggest you had to have like very specific coordinates when I was looking up how where to fish it. It's a lot of those like really rare fish require very, very specific things, it seems. So this is the like research a different recipe kind of thing, where you have to solve an unknown potion. You just basically shuffle through these until it tells you what you need. Sometimes some of them are fake outs, like these two are. So they don't actually require anything specific, but I got the right ones for the right 3 sections, so mission accomplished. It kind of makes you feel like you're researching a little bit. It's a very simple mini game anyway, just to keep you a little bit involved when you're doing the research stuff to actually get the recipe. Craft White Breeze. Ooh, that looks complicated. This is probably going to be a rough one. I don't know if I can make this without upgrading the cauldron, actually. I really might need to. This is obviously there. That's not even a question. That can go there, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just sticking stuff into slots. Lavender there. Oh, this actually might be pretty easy. Okay, the last two are going to be tricky. That and that. Alright, we got it. It actually worked out. White Breeze. Deliver the White Breeze to Osman. Alright, let's go do that. Don't know if he's still in the police station or not. Hopefully he is. He is not. Let's go track him down. Osman, let's go. Oh, he's down here. Honestly fair, rather than having some games you're like, hey, you need to research this thing. Runs up the book, it's an interaction key. Yeah, you actually have to, like, kind of do it a little bit. It doesn't make it hard for you either, which is nice. I mean, it could be a little bit more involved, like needing to press, like, certain buttons or something. Or, like, maybe I could see, like, maybe a section of text where you need to, like, maybe highlight certain words, but yeah. I mean, it's a simple enough thing. It gets you involved a little bit. It's nice. Well, let's go there and use this potion, I guess. We're going to turn this pool into flowers. Somehow. It's instant. Oh, wow. You've totally cleared this area up. Impressive work, Railen TV. I've never seen that plant before. Yeah, it's at least an attempt to include the player. So those are the plants my father and his friend were trying to save. I thought they were just doing things for their own sake, like always. But I seem to have been wrong. I think I might take one of these flowers with me and display it at home. That way I'll always remember my father and his friends were fighting for. Thank you. Through your efforts, you've honored my father and his friend. And I honor them too. I like how it tried to do the thumb up, but like it transitioned out of the cutscene before it could finish. Okay, let's see what this is. Wow, that's not subtle. Yggdrasil seed, or Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil! Yggdrasil. I just said it several times, Kyrie. I'm never sure if the G is supposed to actually be pronounced quietly or not at all. And yes, I only know how to pronounce it because of video games. It's not exactly a part of everyday lexicon. Oh, I'm about to die. Fast travel, away! Alright, sleepy time, let's go. I gotta get the money to upgrade to the next tier of tool. Oh, no one's in the clinic today. That's nice. Oh, what's going on here? Ah, MSQ progress, okay. Railen TV, how are you? There's someone here who'd like to see you. It's me. You've been doing well since you passed the last test. Surprisingly well, in fact. Your name is constantly on Dr. Nestor and Colin's lips. We've been looking at your record closely, and we all agree it's time to upgrade your license again. License. You have our permission to participate in the next chemistry test. In fact, we've already registered you for it, and the test will begin shortly. Here it is. Thanks for giving me advance notice. I know this is very sudden, but it's a great opportunity for you. This next license will allow you to treat more virulent diseases. We strongly believe that you will need it to help the Moonbury community. Personally, I aced the test on my first try, just so you know. Well, I think that's more or less all. Excellent. Let me escort you back to the station. Do your best, Railen TV. Okay, so I need to research that, obviously. Second chemistry test. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We discovered the recipe. We probably can't craft it yet, though, I imagine. It's probably going to require the upgraded cauldron. Yeah, I might be able to make that. I'm not going to now, though. I realize I think I know the name her game reminds me of. It's an anime I watched surprisingly. It's been 7 seasons. That's fine. Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Is that the one where he injured his knee? Or am I thinking of something else? Because I read a lot of isekai stuff, so I'm trying to think of which one that is. Which one? Or is that the one where he was, no, that's a different thing. Can you give me a little bit of context for that? Because a lot of them have very similar run-on sentence names. So it's not clicking immediately. Especially since kicked from hero's party, retired to countryside is a recurring theme in a lot of them. Yeah, I read a lot of isekai stuff, so I'm totally curious which one this is. Alright, so I need to get the dark shards from up here first. And cut some trees while I'm at it. Okay, come on over here. Perfect. The main character used to be a hero, and after getting kicked into the party, he sets up shop in a Mothcari in the backwater village where nobody knows where he is. He's going to live. He doesn't want to go back to the life, honestly, but there are moments where he's going to force him to use his hero abilities. Oh! Isn't that the one where he's actually the guide character? He's not the hero? He's like guiding his sister? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or is that the proper one? The one I'm thinking of? Is that it? Or like he ends up like, yeah, he sets up the apothecary after doing a little bit of heroic work. He tries very hard to not get involved in stuff despite being a guide class. And then his, like someone he had adventured with briefly, ends up moving in with him as basically his like girlfriend slash wife, whatever. And then I'm not going to spoil any more than that, but yeah. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or the one you were mentioning? I know what I'm thinking of. I'm just wondering if the one I'm thinking of is what you were talking about. Is what I'm trying to say. In terrible words. Alright, let's see. His sister was the... Yeah, his sister. Yeah, the sage tells him to leave. The sage is actually the most useless person in the entire party in reality. I remember reading the web novel for that a while back. I stopped reading it after a certain point, just because I kind of stopped reading web novels in general for a while. But I remember it had some side stories in it where it was like alternate futures where the main character had continued with the party, or if things had changed differently. Where like it would be Roots where the main character died. It was kind of interesting. Yeah, it's a pretty good story. Like, I recall it's a major plot point where they're sort of forced into the roles by the jobs they're given by God, and it forces them to do certain things against their will. Like, the hero is emotionless because, well, consequences of being the hero class. Her brother was basically destined to die if he continued with the party because he was the guide, and dying would give her, like, the strength to continue on. But yeah, like even one of the first major conflicts is, like, some kid is starting to develop into his class, and it's making him more violent or something like that. It's a really interesting story. It's probably one of the better isekai stories, honestly. Alright, let's drop this off. There we go. Okay. I think we have enough to upgrade one of our tools again now. So we'll get the hammer. Oh, the door is locked. Cool. You know, I thought it was an interesting concept for sure, that the blessings they're born with force them to certain dynamic personalities. Yeah, like, it's even a major, like, it becomes a recurring conflict where they're, like, the blessings they're born with conflict with what they want to do. Like, for example, this is probably massive spoilers. I'm not sure how far the anime got, but in the web novel they find like a ruin that is about, it helps, oh fuck, I can't remember. It's either manufacturing heroes or it's something that helps negate hero powers. I can't recall which. Like, negates it, like, so that they can actually kind of have lives. It definitely, on the surface, it looks like it would be generic isekai stuff. But then, it definitely has that simmering beneath the surface, like, this might actually go somewhere serious. And it definitely feels like it's leaning into that. I can't talk to Ronhart right now. She's mad that I was in her way. Oh, next rank with Opalheart. Okay. I need to get more money. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I may touch on it because it needs to change the sister's results. Yeah, his sister starts to change a bit. Actually, I should probably keep my mouth shut because it's all spoilers. But I think... I don't know how it changes depending on the web novel to the novel, or like the manga or the anime. Because they all tend to have like different changes as they get editors involved and stuff. I say this as I spent the last week reading the Death March in the Parallel World Rhapsody light novel. I read 8 volumes of it. So I'm all caught up on it currently, localized. And the localized version is quite a bit different, like the light novel version is quite a bit different from the web novel. And it also has plot holes the web novel didn't, so I don't know where they're going with this. But yeah, I tend to consume a lot of isekai trash. It's pleasant to read. It's often mindless. Sometimes it's actually interesting because of the actual merits of the story, but yeah, it's fun to read. Especially I'm going to do from the manga, not sure how much I know, so I haven't read it, but my anime is getting another season. Oh, that's good. You know, on the topic of isekai stuff, this one's super edgy, like it leans into the 8th grader syndrome kind of thing, the Chunibyo stuff. I can't pronounce this. Arifureta, whatever. English accent leaning into the second one. First one is butchered terribly. Anime, trash. The story itself originally, pretty good. The anime, despite being the worst anime probably I've ever seen, or at least one of the worst, is getting a second season. Probably because they used so little of the budget with the first season. I don't know if the second season came out yet or not, but when I saw that announcement at the end of the first season, all I could do was question my life choices. Yeah, the isekai genre is definitely oversaturated. Yeah, Arifureta is it's really good. Like the source material is good, The anime is shit. It's terrible. I would not recommend it to anyone. Like, I created my Anime List account just to give it a 0. Like, the lowest score I could give it, I think it was probably a 1. I don't think you can give a 0 on there. Like, the original source material is really good. The anime did not do it justice at all. At all. Let's wipe these up. I shouldn't have stood there and taken that. Right. Wolf. At least the wolf doesn't explode to hurt me. Okay, I need the upgraded sickle next, but I kind of want to put that off a little bit. I don't need to feed the dog. And we'll put the dog as well. Just because we can. We don't need to. Alright, let's gather this plant real quick. I never read the manga, so I think it might change. I did, but I only hit the anime with nothing else to go off of. Personally really enjoyed it. It's pretty common through that for anime to be sure even it. I mean, the anime quality was really bad. Like, it's clear that they used almost nothing from the budget, to the point where they had 3D rendered monsters that just T-posed the entire time they were fighting in the foreground. Or like entirely black enemies where you can't see what any of the details are, so you can't actually tell what's going on. That's my issues with the anime. It's really bad in that regard. But the source material is good. The manga is very stylistic. Like, it's a very stylistic one. It's not like the usual manga style. It's kind of its own thing. But yeah, I read the web novel for it. I haven't read the light novels for it. But it was a fun read when I read it. I think at this point for the web novels, it continues on well beyond after that story ends. It goes on for a long time. I don't know the quality, but I'm not sure I paid much attention, to be honest. I was more interested in the two main characters in the story than I was in some of the action. Yeah, it's like, it's a good story, just the anime was a mess in comparison. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, at least. I know it was at least good enough to get a second season planned, so I don't know if the second season came out yet, because I haven't watched much anime lately. But yeah, it's an interesting story. I'm trying to my mind's kind of empty now. It's several hours into the stream, and it's just like, yeah, I've talked. Head empty. Now, let's take a bath real quick. It seriously is all women every time I come in here as the male character. I don't know if I've seen any men in there in the bath with me at any point. I'm not sure if that's a bug or, like, intentional. Alright, let's see. I don't think I can do any side stuff, can I? It's been released, or has it since released yet? It's been out for a while. Just haven't caught up on it, so I'm taking a break from anime. Yeah, I think the last time I watched anime seriously was maybe 2018 or 2019. Where there was one season where there was just literally nothing I wanted to watch at all. So I just kind of fell off at that point. But I used to watch, like, quite a few different shows, like different shows, different series, and each season pretty consistently. Because I used to have like a Crunchyroll subscription and a Funimation subscription going on. But, yeah, I've fallen off a bit on that. Yeah, I can absolutely relate to that. Just binge watching anime constantly. Or like, just binging on anything. Like I said, I read like 8 volumes of Death March last week, so I definitely binged on that. I also bought a volume of Overlord, but you kind of have to be like in a certain mood for that one. Because of the whole setting for it. Where it's like a dark comedy kind of thing. Okay, I don't know what I have to do right now. Okay, get tiny crystal, which I cannot do. Get craft liquid fertilizer, which I think I cannot do. And craft draconic temper, which I could probably possibly do. But I don't want to, because it's going to make things more complicated. Try watching the anime for that. Didn't get far. Can't remember if I got bored or distracted or what, but I probably got episodes before it dropped. For Overlord, my personal opinion on it is probably an unpopular one. I find it drops off after like the first season or like the first couple of volumes of the novel. I think the first season covers the first 3 volumes. Oh, Death March. Yeah. The anime, bad. The thing itself, isekai trash, but it's fun to read. Yeah, Overlord is definitely one of the better ones. I found it dropped off a bit after the first 3 volumes because it slows down a lot. And the first season of the anime covers the first 3 volumes, if I recall correctly. It slows down a bit and starts more covering other characters. Like, other characters get more focused than the main character. But there's definitely a lot of good parts to it. It's really good. I don't want to craft this, but I'll give it a shot anyway. I'll stick that there, I guess. And that there. That there. Okay, and yeah, I don't think I can quite get this. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to work out. If I upgrade the cauldron, I can definitely do this pretty easily, though. I'm wondering, I think I might call it a stream here. I'm going to continue Potion Permit on Sunday, obviously. Well, not obviously, because I kind of change up my streams randomly. But Potion Permit was what we all decided was going to be my stream today, and for Sunday as well. So this will be continued on Sunday. Same time for start time. Schedule's on the bottom of the stream. Very anticlimactic end, as usual. But yeah, I think I'll call it here. It's been a few hours. Head empty. Probably going to read a bit. Yeah. I'll just look for someone to raid and close this out, I guess. Because it saves after I sleep. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed talking to everyone here. And talking about things other than just rambling to myself is always nice. I'm going to look for someone to raid, so I'll be right back. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, and I hope the rest of your day is pleasant. Okay, yeah, it unfortunately doesn't look like the ratings are going to go anywhere, because the only other VTuber playing Potion Hermit right now is like 30 times the size of what I've got here for my following. So yeah, that's probably not going to work too well. And everyone else I'm following, no one really seems to be streaming right now. So yeah, have a good day, and hopefully join me on Sunday. If not, I'm going to try to get a little bit more reliable with uploading my VODs on YouTube, because I know I've been inconsistent with that this month. And the schedule is going to stay consistent for a while as well. Any changes will be posted both on Twitter and will be adjusted on the schedule on the bottom here. I usually do those adjustments Monday if I do any announcements for that, or unless it's like a short notice thing. But yeah, you can follow on Twitter if you want confirmation announcements for stuff. And I didn't notice that the chat is in the foreground, because it resets the chat box here. I've never actually gotten to see that. I don't know why it resets it here either. But yeah, thank you for the good luck wishes, and hopefully your day goes well. Yeah, have a good day, and thanks for joining.